Remember, folks, this whole entire thing is meant for comedy and riffing purposes only. If you really, really are upset about all this, you could always wait until I do a Code Geass fic. Or heck, just not watch a riff that you don't like and go watch Code Geass. Heck, as a matter of fact, I think I'll go watch Code Geass. Oh, no, you won't. No, I won't. As a side note, I love this comment in the author's note here. First step, not finding the Gorons, but finding the clues that made the Gorons left behind. Link and Mars are going to tackle the longest dungeon of the five temples. Really? The fire temple? That's the longest dungeon? No. That is the water temple. That thing was the longest. And I had a strategy guide, so I didn't have to suffer as much people had, but it was still long. Look, as a gamer, do you know what drives me the most insane? There are two types of levels that'll drive me the most insane. One, ice levels. I hate the fact that I can't get any traction, that every time I'm playing it, I'm too busy slipping to actually, platform! And then I might get hit with the snow, which slows me down. Which leads me to water levels. Oh god, I hate water levels. See guys, I'm the type of player who likes speed. I like to play fast races. I like to go fast. I like to race through the level. I like to move quickly. But then you hit me with a water level, and I'm busy going... I hate doing water levels and water things and games so much that even on the Just Cause series, if there's a boat segment, or if I find a boat, I try to avoid it like the plague. And try to go straight past to my old trusty helicopter. Which I still think is probably my most overpowered and overused weapon I ever used in Just Cause. Chapter 12. Link was going over the final details before he and Ray set out to the Fear Temple. Along with the Fear Blog, I see. The Fire Temple was much longer than the Forest Temple, or any other dungeons they ever crossed paths with. Which is all of one so far. The heat was so intense, you could turn a whole loaf of bread into burnt toast in 30 seconds, just by holding it in the air, without even taking it out of its bag. This type of weather wouldn't even matter to the south! The serial barrier line for the others to not cross was at the bottom of them well. Only Link and Ray, once they transform, would be able to withstand the heat of the temple. Now, if we could just find the source of the temple and shut it down, then it should cool down there. Link said, "Now Ray, ellipses, the temple is long, and it's hot. And as shallow pools of lava, we can walk in there, but keep your armor on so you can at least take the heat." Think you can handle it? Think you would handle it? Ray bowed her head. "I will not let you down, Master." Link nodded his head. "As for the rest of you, stay alert. Things could get ugly here while you're gone. Just keep everyone from the well." Instead of making it a well, you could make it Mount Fuji. It's right over there. It's where this type of mine is in Code Geass. It's where the Photon Institute is. Almost anybody who's watched any Japanese media knows what Mount Fuji is. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Mike can only watches annoying harem anime. The others agreed to his terms, and with that settled, ellipses, it was time, ellipses. They all met outside the well. "Ready?" asked Link. "Master, ellipses, I was born ready," answered Ray. "Monster Palace! Seeds of fire!" ellipses. He turned the seeds into supercellular Mars. I thought we were still in, the first season. So didn't that be planet power? We're not going to get to Star until later. Remember the timeline? Hello? What, no burning mandala? Ectophase, activate! Again! You don't have to make it ectophase. You could have used any other heads and phrase. But Mass Rider wasn't even that good of a Kamen Rider series. Alright, it was fun, it was silly, but it was just nothing compared to Black RX. Link changed to his true form. Before he finished changing, Heat Resist, activate! His red tunic and cap became a black red. You suck at heads and phrases! I know I'm probably going to be the only person riffing and commenting on this fic that will ever say this, but being the die-hard Toku fan that I am, I will comment on this. You suck at headship phrases. Heat Resist activate? Why not Flame Tunic? Or Spirit of Fire? Or Protection of Fire? Or something! It's not that hard to come up with a decent headship phrase, man! Come on, work with me! Wow, Master, how did you do that? Asked Arena. I have more than one tunic, Link said with a smirk. This will protect me from heat in the Fire Temple, and various other hot places. You could have just put your tunic and hat on. Yes, but... Oh god, does Mike every time he selects the tunics on the Legend of Zelda games say Heat Resist activate? Oh god, does he do those heads and phrases while playing the games? Okay, as a kid, I did this too, but I grew out of it. Mostly. But don't get too attached to it. Green's still the color for me. Point taken, said Leah. Good luck, you two. Link and Mars nodded before they let down the well. Because they were transformed, the heat wasn't almost as bad, but it was only the beginning. There was the entrance up ahead. Link and Mars nodded to each other. Okay, Ellipses, let's go, Link said softly, and in they went. Meanwhile, at Volga's lair, he was watching them enter through the powers of fire. Excellent. Everything's going according to plan, he snickered. The kid and his stealing friend have entered the temple, and the chats are already laid out. I will show them all who is truly the master of the fires. Sir? You're narrating to yourself again. Silence, Smithers. I'm busy contemplating. Too bad Falgova was so lost in his own thoughts that he didn't realize that Morphle was watching him from his own secret lair. And being watched was the two witches. And being watched from there was this live reader. I want you to deal with Falgavia, he said under his breath. I shall deal with you! It's amazing how these guys are interacting when they never actually had 5 seconds together in game. Fire Temple. The music was more mysterious than the music in the Forest Temple, and the sound of monks singing was a little creepy. So, that wasn't diegetic? Where are they coming from? Over here, over here. Oh, hi guys, how you doing? We're fine, we're fine. But creeped out? Nah. You want to talk about creepy fire music? Play Warfare once in a while. And remember that as you're going through, you gotta ask yourself, is it that low drum beating with the choir going in the background? Is that drum beat your heart? Or Ridley silently tapping his claw, waiting for you to come to him? Mars gazed around the entrance hall. Wow, was the first word to escape her lips. This is her big room. Desi heard the sound of bats screeching overhead. She looked over and saw 2 flying black bats who were literally on fire. Ellipses, Master? Ellipses, what are those? They're fire keys, Mars. Clever as they are, but pesky creatures. Best to stay clear of them. Mars sighed. So, Ellipses, where do we start? Oh, probably that way, or probably down that stupid, annoying ramp you had to balance! From the start of the temple, he went up the stairs, went over to a heavy metal door on the left side. Mars grabbed a nod, and his stir felt hot to the touch, even with her gloves on. He entered the room, and Mars found it to be even hotter than it was outside. No wonder, too. There were the shallow lava pools, the hot pillars everywhere. Gosh, it's hot in here, she moaned. You better get used to it, Mars, said Link. Everything in here is hot. Why else do you think it's called the Fire Temple? Aesthetics. They both looked on ahead the other side of the room. There was a giant door with a big golden padlock on it, just like Phantom Ganon's chamber. Well, at least you found the boss room already, said Mars. Yeah, bossin'. It was true they did find it, but even if they had the boss key, which they did not, the door was much too far away from ledges and too high up to reach. We should look around some more, suggested Link. We may find something that can help us. Mars suddenly saw a switch on the left side of the room near Kane's. Hey, maybe this can help us, he says. He pressed the door. Link opened the chest, not only to find a small key, but also a slip of paper. Hey! It's that social calendar I've been on. Hey, it's a clue, Ellipses, about the Fire Temple, he said. What's it say? Clue 1. In order to get to the room where the boss lurks, you need to do something about the pillar stuck in the ceiling. Find a path that leads to a room above the ceiling. No shit, Sherlock. Mars and Link turned to the ceiling, where indeed a very large pillar was dangling neatly over a perfect resting place for the lava. Well, Lucy, the answer's one thing, said Mars. Seeing as how there was nothing more to do, they exited the room, crossed back to the entrance hall, and went down to the next room on the right. Swell, Lucy's more lava, said Mars. Link rolled his eyes. Come on, this way. He said, leading her into a small slope on a ledge of lava. They made their way across to the right side of the room and entered a room with another cage in it. This time, Mars grabbed the key and the second clue for the chest. Clue 2. A wall that you can blow up will sound different from a regular wall if you strike it. Really? Because I just tended to look for small indentations and I just tended to bomb everything in sight. It worked 99% of the time. This could be helpful, said Mars as she stuck the note into her suit. They were keeping the clues in case they would have to refer to them any future along the temple. They exited the room and then decided to check the far side of the lava pit. Why don't we just hop along these floating tiles, said Mars. We get across much faster. Mars, wait! He had already led to the first tile, was beginning to quiver and sink under her weight. Well! She jumped off before she fell into hot lava. Mars, you have to remember, traps could be lurking everywhere in this place. So, now follow me and do as I do. He leapt over the tile himself. As soon as the tile began to sink, he leapt over a small solid rock that didn't sink. Mars followed him, but Link stopped her again before hopping to the next tile. What are we doing? Shh! Link slowly pulled out his sword. Don't move. Mars stood still as he could, then Ellipses, pop! Ellipses, giant flaming skull. A fireball, it was called, sprung out from the lava and fell straight down. Link quickly hacked at it with his sword to decayed it. Watch out. These guys could be anywhere, he said. Mars continued forward, hopping from one tile to the next. Myken, it was not this hard. Stop lying. Once he reached the far side of the room, all he found was nothing more than a blank wall. Great, dead end here, said Mars. But Link wasn't sure as he stared at a certain part of the wall. Mars, look at this, he said. It appeared that only single part of the wall where they stood was slightly off color from the rest. Suddenly, Mars remembered something. It's like a clue. It told us about false walls, she said. Try hitting it with your sword. You don't really need to hit it with your sword. Just stop the bomb and put it near the wall. I've done this thousands of times. You don't need to. Link agreed to the terms. Okay, fine. Do this the hard way. He struck one part of the wall. Both of them heard an everyday clanging sound like blade hitting solid rock. Seems real enough, Link said. Then he hit the off-color part of the wall. The sound was indeed different. More of a hollow-type clanging sound. Did you hear that? asked Link. Mars nodded as he felt the off-color part. This wall. It's made out of plaster. Boom! Right here, said Link as he placed an unlit bomb by the wall. Would you do the honors? He asked. Mars stepped up and used the teeniest tiniest portion of her firepower to light the fuse. Take cover, he said. They moved back to behind Link's shield. The bomb exploded with a soft bang, and when the dust settled, the wall was gone, and the door was revealed. All right, cried Mars. Guess that's it. Link placed his shield on his backside. I'll take it out. Wait here, oopsies, said Link. It only took him a few seconds to come in and out with another key and another clue. There are switches in the temple you have to cut to activate, but also try using explosives too. Not too much to work with, but it's something. Yes. It's very mysterious, very hard to understand indeed, yes. Said Link, though it would be easier if we had a map to work with. And Mars. Code Geass! The only thing they could say was head over, across the bridge, unlock the first chain door, and once inside, the next room. He slid down a wooden plank, right through a wire fence. Ugh! Sorry, that was a bitch to get through. Great, no way out, said Mars. Now what are we supposed to do? Suddenly, a giant geyser of fire began spouting up behind her. She jumped out of the way just in time. What the heck is this for? She asked. Link looked up and saw a square tunnel in the ceiling. It has to do with us getting up there, he said. Then he saw something. I think I know what it is. He grabbed her arm and pulled her toward the fence. Yeah, we should be able to climb this, he said, and then went up on the fence. Come on, Mars, come on! She rolled her eyes and joined a climb. When he reached the top, about 3 creases were disturbed from their sleep. Ha! I'll fix these guys, no problem, said Mars. Mars, fire! And goes, ignite! The flare did hit the bats, but it didn't destroy him. It actually turned into a fire crease. Oops. Fire can't destroy the Mars. You have to take them out physically. Said Link, and he quickly made short work of the bats before things got ugly. Just keep in mind the old distance rule. Let's reply Link. You don't bother them, they don't bother you. Aw. But that's how you farm for hearts. Shank! Said Mars. Link then led her to a large stone block. Once they worked together to post off the ledge, so it covered up the flaming geyser on the ground. Oh, this works, said Link. They waited a moment, and the geyser began to send the block up through the tunneling in the ceiling like an elevator. Well, nowhere to go now but straight up, said Mars. They waited until they block came down and held hands. 1, ellipses, 2, ellipses, 3, ellipses, now! And they looked onto the block and got their free ride. Come on now, let's take a free ride! To the next locked door. Upon entering the next room, it finally began to cool down a bit the further they got from the lava pits. Phew, this is much nicer. It was like an oven down there. So, a typical day down here in the south, said Mars. Well, don't get too used to it. Still a long way to go yet, added Link. Gal Geiger. There was another gate and a small chest he could see, but no matter where he searched, he could seem to find a switch to open it up. Hey, what's that up there? Asked Mars. Both looked up and saw a weird-looking crystal. Hey, I recognize that, said Link. That's a crystal switch. The kind of the third clue mentioned. Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's go for it, said Mars as he began climbing up into the first ledge, only to be surprised by a creature called Torch Slug. Not this time, ugly, she said as he aimed her bow at the slug. She fired, and it did have some effect. It didn't destroy the slug, but it did put out the fire on its back, so she could just squish it down by foot. Guess that was easy. Link shook his head. Oh, Mars, he said. You still have much to learn. Oh, I think I found the character Mike hates the most. And I thought it was going to be Usagi. They both joined up and jumped across until he reached the switch. Stand back, said Link as he pulled out his sword and hacked the switch. The switch activated, strangely, but it didn't open the cage, but lowered a small wall around it. Well, that didn't do much, added Mars. Or did it? Added Link. Get a robo, Armageddon. Suddenly, the switch deactivated all by itself, and the firewall around the wall blazed up again. Wait just a minute, said Link. He hit the switch again, and the firewall went down. Do you think we were supposed to head up that way? Asked Mars. Only one way to know, said Link. Come on! He made his way up to the first 2 ledges leading to the wall. fire came back down again. I think we need to get this a little faster, said Mars. Link wasn't so sure about that, but he tried it anyways. Then he hit the switch, ran to the wall, barely started to climb up before it went back and knocked him off. Alright, that was a bad idea, said Mars as she got up, but I had another idea. Master, quick, pass me a bomb, she said. Sure, but why? Never mind now, let's get ready to climb. She walked over to the edge so she could spot the switch. She hit the bomb and tossed it down. She quickly dashed back to Link, and the bomb exploded, causing the switch to activate. Ah, I see, said Link as the firewall went down. He was plenty of time to climb high through the exit. Good thinking, Mars. Those clues really do come in handy, she smirked. But regardless of how many clues they had found by far, the fire temple still showed no end sight. The only traps and puzzles more confusing than ever. How long may it be? And when exactly will they reach the end? And why did I replace helium instead of air? And... oh, God! Are you so stuck up on morals that you're telling us why heat is good?! Blue screen!